Hi, how you,
Hi.
sweetheart? I'm fine.
So good to see you. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what was the issue with the link, but I'm so glad to have you here. You know I had to invite you. You're always the first person I
Yeah,
think of.
thank you, thank you.
So we are doing a mutual aid for Palestine. Um, it's all going to be GoFundMe links. All of them are in the description, because when I post them on Twitter, they don't get a lot of interaction at all. So I wanted to do this just to kind of bring attention. Look, everyone, here's GoFundMe links for GAZA. Um, so you know about mutual aid. You know.
Yes, yes.
So I guess let's start with that. What's the importance of mutual aid to you?
Well, this is, I mean, this is the most critical time for aid, for, for Gaza, for Palestinians. This is a critical time. If, if you can just give whatever, give it to help, brothers and sisters there in Gaza, because it's like, and I'm using this because it's all, I was listening today to the television on one of the stations, and actually I seen it in the Israel parade. People were hollering and screaming, and if you want to talk about genocide, this is the time that we should. There's never been any Holocaust no worse than those brothers and sisters are suffering. We need to give and get anything and everything we can to support them. We need, if you can just give a few dollars, give that. Whatever you can give, we need to give it. All of us need to give a sacrifice. Give up a sacrifice to say I'm supporting my brothers and sisters in Gaza at this time.
And what is what is your thought on the fact that we even have to do things like this because our government will not help them, and we're too busy giving billions to of weapons and money to actually create these
It,
international war crimes.
our government is giving money to help support a Holocaust. Our government is giving money um, to and support, because without that, Israel could not do what it's doing. Without the United States support, I mean, other countries may give them a little this or that, but without the support, Israel to me is a welfare state, okay, on the United States. So I hope nobody ever talks to me again about poor people in America when we can give billions of dollars to kill other people and can't give a penny to our homeless brothers and sisters on the street. You know, we're talking about. I was talking to a friend of mine. We want to make a documentation of how the homeless and encampment here in America on the streets, dying, and yet and still we got billions of dollars we can give to oppress other people, the Palestinians at this particular time. Mutual aid to me is a disgrace, America's disgrace.
Yeah.
Joe Biden and the whole, well, I've been saying some nice, not so good words, but the whole crew will have to pay for. All of them got blood on their hands.
Yep.
All of them got blood on their hands because of what they are doing. We need to, you know, um, in America, and it's being done. The young people are fighting hard here in America against what's happening. I applaud y'all. And, I applaud y'all, for what you're doing. But, every time there's more and more mutual aid going, welfare, rather, I call it, going to Israel. It should be you know, put Joe Biden name and then say murderer. Murderer. Baby killer. Human. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. It. You can talk about aiding all you want. It is that he's giving them money and weapons and all that they need to murder people.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. Absolutely. And he said Rafa was the red line. And after we all saw that footage of the baby without a head being held by his father, Biden was asked about it, and he said, no, that does not go beyond the red line.
He's
So,
a liar. He's a old liar. That's what he is. I ain't gonna say he ain't. He feeling. He's telling a damn lie, and he know he is. In America, everybody that has any inkling of a human being, have a human heart in their body, should cry out. But when you see, I seen little children with limbs lost, little children that just laying there, they dead. I seen elderly people. What worse Holocaust can it be? I hope, and I don't dislike no race of people because there's good and bad and all, like I say. But whenever you talk to me again about the Holocaust, I'm going to remind them of God's and remind them of what, and this is so they can take something away from another other people. But see that's in them, always been there. They will go and steal and rob from others all over the world. We sit here in America in a land that was stolen and robbed and stealed and killed people to death. And when people look at Africa, how and all the places that you cannot, because you have some strength or money, it's wrong that you would oppress other people. America is one of the biggest oppressors in the whole wide world, the United States of America. And when you giving aid to sin in the name, you know, it's like some Jewish brothers and sisters came up to me and said, "Not in my name, not in my name." I don't agree. I don't agree, and I applaud them for that. I don't agree. Nobody that's a human being with any compassionate or any feeling in their heart for their fellow man can agree to this. Mutual aid is a disgrace in America. It's America's shame. It's America's shame.
And as someone who's been an activist for so many decades, you have done the March on Washington, you have been, a student of Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, like Fidel Castro, like everyone. You've been a fighter. You're a Black Panther. I mean, when you look at what's going on now and you see millions of us in the streets for 8 months, and you still see our president is like, oh, well,
He may be saying, "Oh well," but they are seeing that they have to back up. We have to stay out there. We cannot back down. We cannot back down. We're gonna get arrested. We're gonna get all kinds of things against us, but that's just a little part of con- that we're doing to contribute to to show what's happening to our brothers and sisters there. They're the ones that's truly, truly suffering.
yeah.
If I get arrested, then I can say I can sleep tonight. Can Joe Biden sleep? If 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 even if I lose my life, I know I died fighting for what's right. And young people like y'all are every day are on the street and in the colleges. And I love it. Thank you. Because that makes me feel good. I know that we're gonna win on the end, but look at all the suffering. I want to know how we can even, just like you can, the United States will never be able to pay back slavery. The United States will never be able to pay back the American Indians, and the United States will never be able to pay back the Palestinian people for the hand and atrocity that they have allowed to happen to them. Mutual aid is nothing but giving the goon squad's welfare. That's what it is.
Yes, they call it humanitarian aid.
Ah,
And
humanitarian aid when they won't even let food. They won't let water. They won't let the basic human needs of people come for the people to have. And then drop and continue to shell and bomb them and kill them. That's humanitarian. I don't know where they got it from. You can't even find that. You even look it up in the dictionary. You won't find that. That's the meaning of it. You know, no, it's not humanitarian aid that they give it. They giving them. They giving the goon squad. They got a bunch of goons, Yahoo and all the rest of them goons over there. See, they out of greed. This world is just about greed. And since I got the big bully with me, I'm able to do it. I got the big bullies with me. So you got the European countries and you got America, so you're able to do it.
and
But there will come a time.
we have seen Biden say, "Hey, I am withholding weapons," uh, which he didn't. He gave it a few days later. We've seen him override Congress numerous times to give more money and more weapons. So he is not only giving people, giving this far right dictator, fascist, more, even though he said he's not going to. What he said was, if they go in and do try to arrest Netanyahu, we are sending in our troops to
Yeah,
stop
now
him.
he's going to send our children to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to send our children to die, our young people to die, because they want to be dictators.
Yep.
because they, you know, and he's a part of it. He's a part of it. And when Congress, anyone in Congress that don't speak out, they are part of it too. Because when
Yep.
you see something wrong, you must speak up. You see a real fight, a just fight, you must get into it. And they should be up in the street with the young people saying, no, this is not right. They should stand up on the floor and say, no, 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 no.
Absolutely.
Not
So
giving humanitarian anything.
what is
What's
your
humanitarian about a gun?
your message to people who are watching who maybe haven't spoken out yet, but they know it's wrong, or haven't gotten out in the streets? Now, you and I, you're in your wheelchair, you're going with the marchers. I'm blind with my cane, I'm going with the marchers. So what is your message to people who say, I know it's wrong, but I don't know if I want to go out and march or rally? What do you tell those
You
people?
see, I've been used to those people almost at least half of my life or more. Yeah, it's wrong, but you see, then you just a part of the problem. When you don't speak up, if you're an elderly person, like I tell my elderly associates, people that I know when they talk about it, and I tell them, or when we talk about it, I say, come go with me. Well, I can't walk that far. Walk as far as you can. Send, start sending letters to the White House. Send letters to your congressperson. Make telephone calls. Let them know this is not the American people that's condoning this. This is the president, not the American people. And you my representative. So I want you to stand up and represent me because I can't stand there. That's why I voted for you. We need, and for people who want to say, well, maybe in time, they told us that all along as black people, we'd still be waiting
Yeah.
for time. So the time is now. Every individual that can breathe in America, you can do something to help stop this atrocity that's happening to our brothers and sisters. Okay? We can do something to help our Palestinian brothers and sisters. We should be able to speak out. Just like people spoke out for black people and help, then we have the same black people. I tell the clergy, you know, they was running around with that lie about God. I didn't know we done proved that's a lie too. So you need, if you're about right, if you claim you are a Christian or person, any Christian, down to the Pope, should be saying this is wrong. We must not allow this to happen. We must stop what's happening. We must let the United States know that they are wrong. And young men and women in the service, you know, um, my cousin tell me about a time that they wanted them to invade a village and the soldiers didn't do it, didn't follow directions. They all backed up in Vietnam because they knew it was nothing there but children and women, and they wouldn't invade that village. Well, young people have to stand up goes and say, no, I will not kill other people in the name of the United States of America. We have to stand up and fight back. So
Absolutely.
everybody can do something. Everybody can do something. You
Yeah.
know, whatever whatever you can do, you can write. If you can't write, then you got a mouth, you can talk. If you can't talk, get a sign and hold it. But we have to be diligent about this. We have to be very diligent to let the United States know that we know that they are wrong and we don't agree. And since we have proclaimed ourselves as Americans, we don't agree. We don't agree with this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Reverend Annie. I always love having you on. You know you're welcome anytime.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for allowing
Absolutely.
me
We
to
love you. Take care. And thank you,
love,
Ian.
love
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Absolutely. How do you not love her? This is why I call her the queen. Do you guys understand? Black Panther, student of Fred Hampton, Malcolm, friends with Fidel Castro, like gave birth on the March on Washington and kept marching. Incredible. She